following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello and welcome to episode 74 of the Big YAC podcast. It is I, Mike Pareto. Alongside me is Mr. Dallas Cowboy himself, Nico Benny. How are you doing?
Okay, here we go.
Oh my God.
We're back and we're ready to rumble.
And then right next to me is Mr. Little Crybaby Mahomes. Jackson Krebs. How you doing, buddy?
I've been better.
You've been better?
I've been better.
Yeah?
You gotta do the voice.
No. I don't got the
Buddy!
I just want to let you know he's a fucking loser. Excuse my language.
Yeah, that's
baby.
good language.
Starting out hot.
He's a baby.
The baby?
Pussy.
So let's explain a little bit of our outfits here. He is Crybaby Mahomes. This is Mr. Dallas Cowboy because Nico is riding.
I've been flirting with the idea
Flirting?
of I'm gonna dress up as a cowboy and you know what? Dak didn't hit the 3 touchdowns, the 300 yards, but you know what? He got the win and he pounded the Eagles on Sunday night. Is it time to give Dak his flowers?
No.
I mean, I talked about it 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah.
Here we are. What did I say?
I'm
cheersing to that.
He's cheers. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he's getting after
I'm
it.
cheersing to that.
He's getting after it. What do we got there, Nico?
Got some Weller 12. I had to pull out some of the good stuff here.
Oh, this is a
Top
celebration.
tier good bourbon. Yeah, this is the celebration here.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Oh, he's not even throwing it back. He's sipping it.
Yeah.
He's sipping it.
This is a cherish.
He's cherishing that. I'm Tommy Cutlets himself, Tommy DeVito. Got the big win over the Green Bay Packers. That was crazy. I just felt like, since I'm Italian, it's just only right. I mean, it just fits. I got my dad's oversized Adidas warm-up jacket on. Got the gold chain out. Got the glasses. Got the hair slicked back. Trying to. It's a little wild, but we're trying over here. But Tommy DeVito, man, he's here. He's here in the NFL. Mm-hmm. He is here to stay? Question mark.
Him and his cartoon character family, dude. That entire thing just makes it's insane. Like even his agent.
Dude, his agent is nuts.
I think he might be the most stereotypical one. Like it's crazy. It's so funny.
Like the George Costanza wallet. A lot going on in that wallet.
But yeah, like he's just I don't even know how to explain this whole Tommy DeVito phenomenon. That's what it seems. It seems like a phenomenon going on right now. It's like we're talking about before. It seems like if we're on the verge of another Linsanity moment.
I feel like this year in particular is the most insane when it comes to backup quarterbacks. Like we've had like the Josh Dobbs insanity. We've had the Jake Browning insanity, which is still going on. We have the Tommy DeVito insanity. Who's next? Easton Stick? The hockey stick? Is he next?
Chill out. The Bills play him in 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, we play them in 2 weeks, so hopefully we don't get bit by that snake. But yeah, let's go on to our show. No guest on this week. Last 2 weeks we've been going back and forth with the guests. We had
heavy on the guests.
Like the last 3 weeks, it was like here's 2 guests here, here's another 2 guests, and then calling in from Texas and Arizona, we had the Athletic Exchange podcast. Figured this week, tone it back a little bit. Let's just we haven't even been able to go through our whole script.
We got so much to get into anyway. But this week was a wild week for everything. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting off with our NFL headlines and current events. We had a crazy pair of upsets on Monday Night Football, including Tommy DeVito and the Giants over the Packers. Then we had Tennessee Titans over the Miami Dolphins. That one I was not expecting at all. Tennessee, I believe, was 13.5-point underdogs. If I'm not mistaken, it was up there.
Miami went up 2 touchdowns, and then Will Levis just turned into like this gigantic ball of testosterone.
Can we?
He
just
can we
started
talk about
going, did he baby oil his muscles?
He might have.
No, man.
He was just swole.
He's a good looking man, dude.
He dehydrated himself.
He's a good looking man.
dehydrated
glowing.
himself. Yeah. He I don't like. They might have to test him. Like they might have to give him a little drug test because he's a little too ripped for a quarterback, a rookie quarterback.
He's gonna get randomly tested.
I mean, that's what happened with Myles Garrett. I mean, Myles Garrett, always used to wear his sleeves, and then the one game he took them off, and dude was just had the biceps of a, I don't even know, man.
The Hulk Hogan biceps.
Hulk Hogan biceps, and they're like, nope, you're getting tested, buddy. And so, I don't know, man. He might have a test coming his way.
Then I don't know what went on with Miami in that game because it's just the entire game. It seemed like Tennessee was just trying to lose. Like they were trying their best. And then after Miami went down and scored with Raheem Mostert go up one, score. The next play from scrimmage, tried to do a cute little pitch out to Derrick Henry, and Will Levis threw it like 5 yards behind him. They go down and score again right after
It's too strong.
Miami picked it up, and then Miami just completely pissed down their leg, and ended up losing.
I've never seen a collapse with a team that is that good.
It's December. We all know what happens in December. It's like a yearly thing. The Dolphins will collapse in December.
They get cold. They're chilly.
Yeah.
Dolphins don't do good in the cold.
No.
And we're gonna be seeing that week 18.
It's playing out that week 18 could very well be for the division, for the AFC East.
I mean,
Buffalo.
you take a look at their schedule, and they have a tougher schedule than the Bills. I mean, they have the Jets, which is no gimme on Sunday. The way that the Jets played against Houston.
Player of the week, Zach Wilson.
They shout out New York, New York. I mean, we had AFC Player of the Week, Zach Wilson, Tommy DeVito, NFC Player of the Week. But no, I mean, they have the Jets, then the Cowboys, and the Ravens, and the Bills. It's realistic. I mean, they could go 1-3 to finish out this set. They could, I think 1-2 ahead of the Jets, Cowboys, and Ravens is realistic. And then, the Bills have to do their end and lead up with the W against the Cowboys on Sunday. But I mean, there's still a lot of football left, which is crazy to say in the middle of December.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're at a great time of year for football. It's crunch time, and Miami could drop these next couple of games. Buffalo, on the other hand, let's go into that. The Bills and the Chiefs had another thriller. I mean, every time these two teams face, it's damn near a thriller. And the biggest story coming out of it, the Bills won. But the biggest story coming out of it was the Kadarius Toney offsides. The Patrick Mahomes, they threw the touchdown. He threw it to Kelsey. Kelsey lateraled it to Toney. They scored the touchdown. It gets called back, and then Kansas City does not convert the fourth down, and Mahomes starts doing bitching and moaning.
Like, I don't even it's not even the play that lost you the game. It's not one play that makes you lose the game. It's not one call that makes you lose the game. It is a multitude of things. Maybe if you wanted to win, maybe don't throw a pick. Don't turn the ball over how you did. It was their first drive, was it not?
He threw a pick to Epinesa first drive, yes.
First drive, you throw a pick. Turn the ball over. How many turnovers that game?
I think 2 or 3. I want to say they had 3. No, I think it was 2. I think they only had 2. But still.
And even on that last drive before they turned the ball over, he had 3 straight incompletions. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes. It's not one play that cost the game, and there are different things that they could have did to actually win the game, and just to turn around and act like how he did when he went up to Josh at the end of the game, not even expressing any type of sportsmanship, just saying that it's the craziest way for the game to end. It's a crazy call. It's a bullshit call. And then going over to the press conference.
Then
continuing it. And then bringing up how that's a that's a Hall of Fame play made by a Hall of Fame player that has been erased, and and he'll never be able to be celebrated for it.
Damn near tarnishing his Hall of Fame.
And you're tarnishing his Hall of Fame legacy.
Like, let's relax a little bit. Let's dial it.
That is insane to say. That is an insane thing to say. Instead of talking about that at the press conference, the entire team needs to teach Kadarius Toney how to play basic football. He can't do it. He can't line up on sides. And he can't catch the damn ball. He's been a constant issue for this team the entire year. Like, you guys got some stuff to figure out because they're spiraling downward fast. This team.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 losses in a row, right? Or 3?
It's 2.
Almost
They've
3.
won. They've won 1 out of their last 5, I think it is.
It's not good. It's not looking good. The Broncos have a very good chance of
2 out
winning
of their last 5.
winning the West.
It's sickening to hear.
2 out of their last 6, I should say, make it even better.
My thing about it is, it's still going on today. I mean, the discussion about whether or not that was a penalty or not, but like it was. And that my thing is like, I understand people are passionate, but I don't think.
Oh,
Did we lose it?
yeah, we lost.
We lost the Big YAC.
Keep going.
So my thing is just like, I get you're a passionate guy. He's one of the best, if not the best, quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't just go out there and scream like that. Literally act like a child.
Dude.
You're a grown man out there, and it's just not proper behavior. I mean, I know I've seen some people posting statuses that like, oh, we all get like that. It happens. You actually have a drink in there?
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sipping on something. I'm sipping on a little something.
So like, my thing is like, people are trying to compare the situations. It's like, oh, back when I played football, like this happened. I'm like, dude, like you can't compare yourself to a guy who is a multi-million-dollar professional quarterback on television. It's just like, if anybody else did that, they would get scrutinized.
Imagine heads, towns, cities, maybe the entire United States as a whole would explode with hate if Josh Allen did that.
Stephon Diggs.
If Josh Allen did that, if the roles were reversed and and the game was over due to a offensive offsides by, say, Stephon Diggs, and Josh Allen went to midfield and made a gigantic kerfuffle about this stupid situation, that would be the headline everywhere. He would be still getting blasted to this day by every sports media outlet, except for Dan Orlovsky.
Sans Dan.
But
Yeah.
it's just the special, like, everyone, like, I just don't understand the special treatment this kid gets.
He gets the Brady treatment.
He gets the Brady treatment, and he's not. He's not Brady. He's not. He hasn't done what Brady's done.
I just like, I don't know, man. It's insane to me. Any other quarterback in this league would be accused of being a cancer to the locker room.
Loser.
A sore loser. Maybe they should go in a different direction depending on what quarterback it was. It's just like, I don't know, man. I don't think it was great sportsmanship. I think that Mahomes, you're a professional quarterback. You need to
Face of the
contain
league.
yourself. I understand, you throw your helmet a little bit, on the sideline. It happens. Everybody does it. But when you're like having to be detained by your teammates and
From
coaches,
attacking a referee.
trying to attack a referee, it's like,
Right. Okay. Yeah. What was he gonna do if his lineman didn't hold him back?
Beat
Was
his
he gonna
ass?
Was he gonna just like punch him
He's
like
gonna beat
on
his
the
ass.
middle of national television? Like what's gonna happen here?
like he was being held back, like
Crazy style.
they're exerting force.
Tank, you got anything you want to put in on this subject?
Yeah. Shout out Tank, by the way. He's producing for us today.
Well, let me see. Is the mic on? The mic is on. No camera, though. So I'm just going to hit one of these. Boom! I'm the empty chair to Nico's left there. What was the question at hand?
Just what is your take on the entire Bills Chiefs debacle?
The ending.
The ending of the
The ending
Bills.
went well, so like obviously you gotta know where you're at on the field. Mahomes and Reed tried to play it off like they kind of got. Can I swear? On
Go
it?
for
Take
it,
a
dude.
swing.
They act like they kind of got fucked in that situation, but you can't get a warning if you don't check in with the ref. And it turned out he wasn't doing that pretty much that whole game. So normally the refs do give that warning, but when they can't see the fucking ball, they got no other choice but to call that. A lot of people are going at Mahomes' character and everything, which rightfully so. I mean, but you never really see that out of him. I think what it mostly comes down to is that you obviously seen all the frustration this Chiefs offense has to deal with, coming mostly from Kadarius Toney's end. But they can't catch nothing worth a damn. Probably worst completion percentage in the league, highest drop rate. I think you just seen all the frustrations of Pat Mahomes and the offense kind of spur out onto everybody else. He doesn't want to call his teammates out. He doesn't want to be that bad teammate. Because we know where the frustrations stem from.
Yes.
The man that fucked him over in that game the other day. But yeah, I think it's mostly just him getting his frustrations out on someone other than his teammates, and it's just a part of the game, man. It's kind of embarrassing to see, in a way, like you're the face of the league acting like that. But like you mentioned, Jackson, if it was Diggs on the other hand, yeah, everyone would be fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
I think all in all, it's just frustrations of their performance up to this date, and he has no other way to show it.
Yeah.
That's a very valid point. I mean, to this point, like I don't doubt that he hasn't had those conversations in private, but he's not going to be the one to like publicly blow up on his wide receivers. But who knows? Is that what the Chiefs need on offense? Do they need someone to be like
Kicking the ass.
hey, like my receivers aren't shit right now. We got to do something about it and like really put the lights on them. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Definitely going forward, if they could turn things around, then maybe we'll see, them go back to their, ways. But if they keep, having these frustrations and this inconsistent play out of their offense, I mean, like, what next tier is it going to get to? I mean, I feel like it's already, like, boiled over to, like, this is now getting into an embarrassing level of...
I mean, I do ultimately think the Chiefs are going to get right, and honestly, odds are they're going to win their last 4. Looking at their schedule ahead, they have Bill Belichick, who we'll get to.
Yes.
They have Bill Belichick and the Patriots this Sunday. Following up, they have whoever the hell is playing at quarterback for the Raiders following that. And they got Jake Browning, Bengals, and then the hockey stick himself at Chargers to finish out the schedule. So, I mean, it's a really light schedule for them to get right and get hot ahead of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of, are you going to take advantage of that? You have 3, honestly, I could even argue 4 not very strong secondaries. This is the perfect time for your wide receivers to get right and get their heads into it.
I agree. Speaking of Bill Belichick, so rumor came out that Bill Belichick and company are deciding to part ways after this season. I don't know if it's an official announcement yet, but it is a rumor. So we'll see it. Did
you see his comments during the press conference?
No, I didn't see him.
Someone asked him, like, can you substantiate some of these claims that you'll be done at the end of the season or something along those lines? He goes, I'm focused on Kansas City. Completely deflected the comment. And then someone asked a follow-up question to it. I'm just looking ahead to Kansas City.
I mean,
Bill Belichick answers.
It's
he's
classic.
He's
It's vintage
always been
Belichick.
like that. But just the thought of the boogeyman finally leaving, it makes me happy.
What if he's in Buffalo?
I mean, I'd like it.
I think
I would. I mean, not as. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about head coach.
D coordinator?
Yes.
He ain't taking a D coordinator.
He might. You never know.
I mean, at this point of his career, what else does he have to prove? I mean,
he wants another ring. I think more than anything else, it's not about proving anything. I mean, he already proved he's the greatest coach of all time. We know that. Like, Andy Reid is also stating his case right now, but as it currently stands, he's the greatest coach of all time.
Bill Walsh?
I would still take Bill Belichick. You could give me any coach, and I would still take Bill Belichick. I mean, just the dominance from the last 20 years out of him, sans these last couple of years. But, he's doing this for himself. He wants one more ring, and I think he's going to do whatever it takes to get that one more. He has what, 7 rings now? 6 with the Patriots and 1 as an assistant.
Yeah. So 6 as a head coach, and I think he has 1 as the D coordinator of the Giants. And that was against Buffalo.
Yep. So he's got 7 rings. He's gonna try to get 8. I think he's just gonna go to the best situation that he can with the best roster possible. It's like an older player who wants to just go to another team and try to win it all one more time before he rides off into the sunset.
Runs it back with the Jets for real this time instead of quitting after one day.
Hey, him and Aaron Rodgers, that's a scary duo.
That actually could be something. Like, not gonna lie, I don't know. Robert Saleh could be out of the door.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Although I think Bill Belichick just hates the Jets.
Yeah.
Like, he hates them. So I don't know if he would just his own personal.
Bill Belichick in Las Vegas?
Maybe L.A. Chargers.
I could
Could
see
be.
that. I mean, you got Justin Herbert, you got Keenan Allen.
They do. The Chargers have a loser for a quarterback, not a quarterback, a head coach right now.
That you know what you might be
Brandon
onto something
Staley.
there.
Brandon Staley's
That's
a
a better
He's
situation.
done.
dork, dude.
He's done, man.
He sucks. He's
That's a better
dork.
situation than the Commanders that the rumors have been all about. You know, I like Sam Howell, but it is not even arguable that the Chargers are a better situation for him. Than
Bill Belichick as a Washington Commanders coach would be kind of gross.
That'd be kind of funny.
It'd be funny.
It'd be funny, like just
opportunity to do the
just like
funniest thing ever.
any team that's not the Patriots, you see him standing on the sideline with the hoodie with the sleeves cut off.
I would not take him that seriously.
It just won't be the same.
No.
Maybe he goes to another team. Maybe he keeps going for more wins so he can get Shula's record, so he can get maybe one more ring, or he just calls it quits. Who
Good.
knows?
He's at the-
Knowing him, I don't think he would just go out like they part ways and he just finishes up. I feel like he's still gonna try. He's gonna keep coaching until he can't no more.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah.
Give me
Carolina.
Carolina.
All right. All
Bringing
right. I
the
like
most
to
out
take.
of
Like
Bryce
to take.
Young.
I
Turn him
mean,
into the baby goat.
baby goat.
All 5'11".
That's yeah. Mini me. Going on to the rest, we have Justin Herbert done for season with a broken index finger on his throwing hand. So he has done Easton stick, the hockey stick, as Nico said, will be starting. But my boy Max Duggan, TCU boy, got signed to the active roster, so he's the
did see that.
backup.
Mhm.
I hope to see him out there. I'm not gonna lie, I loved
wouldn't be
him at
surprised.
TCU. I don't care. He was a Heisman finalist. Listen, man. There's some people on that TCU team from last year. It was disappointing how they lost against Alabama. You see like guys like Quentin Johnston, who's poo poo. Yeah, but then you got like
bad.
some promising guys in the league like Kendra Miller. I even see like Darius Davis. I think is looking better than Quentin Johnston as an NFL rostered player. He's been a key special teamer for the LA Chargers. So we'll see.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see him.
I think he's
sooner
gonna be
rather than
there
later.
at some point.
I mean, Easton stick, the hockey stick, wasn't all that inspiring.
No.
Filling in for Justin Herbert, 13 for 24, 179 yards.
Nope.
And that was
Not
it.
at all.
Passer rating of 78.3, which, he didn't do anything to be like, wow, this kid, we might have something here for a backup quarterback. So
We'll definitely see with the hockey
I
stick.
think Max Duggan, I think by the Bills game, we'll at least see him on the field in some capacity.
Imagine he torches the Bills up, kind of like a coming out party.
Yeah,
Why are you
then,
putting that out in the? Why would you put that out in the world, dude? Why even say it?
That was
Yeah,
the
man.
first sentence of that ever spoken, probably.
I
And
hope
now
so.
you
I
just
hate
spoke
you. I hope
it
so.
into
You're a
existence.
loser.
You hate me? I'm a loser? Come on,
You're a
man.
loser. Why would you say that?
Come on, man.
Not
Come
gonna
on. Minnesota with a 3-0 win over the Las Vegas Raiders. Probably one of the most
A
boring
barn burner.
games. Barn burner. One of the lowest scoring games of recent memory. Josh Dobbs, the Pastronaut, went to the Astronaut, and now he's on the bench. Getting benched for Nick
Back
Mullins.
down to earth.
Back down to earth. He's underground.
It's over.
He's underground. It's over. It's Jover.
It's Jover.
It's
for him.
Jover, man.
It was fun. It was a fun, dude. Those few weeks, those were so fun when he got traded to the Vikings.
And just balled out.
That was a fun part of the season. I really wish that the Vikings had Justin Jefferson at the time when that was all going on.
He's had him. He had him last week. I know he
Yeah,
did.
he left with
like
a
quarter.
rib injury,
Yeah,
and he was
but
out for the game. He had him for like a quarter.
I don't think Justin Jefferson being out there was saving him. He just looked like a completely different quarterback these last couple of weeks.
I'm talking about the first, like Justin Jefferson was out there the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like when he was going, when it was like he was the talk of the town.
Talk of the town.
That would been fun.
You ever been to the talk of the town?
Huh?
You ever been to the talk of the town?
What?
You know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
You ever been there?
Next question.
Okay.
We're on the Kansas City.
We're on the Kansas City.
We're on the Kansas City.
C.J. Stroud suffers concussion against the Jets, and Zach Wilson shines over the Houston Texans. Big win for some of these AFC teams like the Bills, who need some of these higher record teams to come down to earth. So
Need to keep cannibalizing in the AFC.
yeah, so C.J. Stroud didn't practice today with said concussion, so we'll see if he plays Sunday. They desperately need him to be out
They
there.
need him bad.
They need him bad. So Jake Browning ride and the Cincinnati Bengals continue to impress. One of the stories of the season. He's been looking good. He's definitely impressing more than what we thought he was going to be.
Mhm.
You know, we thought like Jake Browning was going to come in and they're just going to instantly lose every game. Jake Browning,
It's been very serviceable. Very serviceable.
very
I'd
serviceable.
say better than serviceable.
It's been great.
He's like startable in fantasy, especially with how many quarterback injuries there are.
Mhm.
You know, I'm debating on starting him in
Yeah,
a
you're
couple
gonna have
leagues.
playoff teams in fantasy starting Jake Browning and Joe Flacco in the year
Hey, man.
2023.
Crazy, dude.
Shout out Joe Flacco.
Dude, Joe Flacco could still spin that thing, dude.
Quarterback league, I picked up Joe Flacco, $30 on the waiver wire.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Bring him home.
Elite.
Release Josh Dobbs.
Dude,
Yeah.
you seen him spinning the ball on Sunday?
He
dude?
looked
Served
good,
his
man.
He looked good.
He looked
He
good.
served his purpose.
He did.
Dude, Joe Flacco looked good.
300 plus passing yards,
Yeah.
3 touchdowns, and the dub.
He was on the couch 2 weeks ago.
That spiral is beautiful. It's a beautiful spiral.
He does got a pretty deep.
I will say there was a couple deep shots that he took, and he just completely ripped it like 15 yards over their head. That was like,
Good.
what the-
I'd rather that than under.
Need to get the gears.
Joe
oiled.
Flacco, the gunslinger. Dude. He's here.
He's here.
I'm here for it, dude. It's fun.
So now here comes we're getting to Nico's part of the show. Dallas crushes Philly.
Resident Cowboys fan now for the rest of the
Cowboys
season.
glazer. Not even a fan at this
So
point.
so
dude.
we have the Dallas Cowboys crushing the Philadelphia Eagles. No offensive touchdown from Philadelphia. Micah Parsons and company. Micah Parsons was sick and still was out there terrorizing that
He
Philadelphia
was sick
offense.
and he looked sick.
He looked sick, bro.
That's the Micah Parsons effect. This is the best defensive player. I would say one of the. You could make the argument that he is the most dominant defensive player in football right now. At this
I wouldn't
as
be
it
mad at
currently
that.
stands, over Nick Bosa, over T.J. Watt, over Aaron Donald. At this point in the career,
I will agree with that. I did say he's the only person I would give flowers to on that wears the Cowboys uniform. He has been outstanding this year, and it's very fun to watch him play football. It's really about it on the Cowboys. It's really about the only person I enjoy watching. But
oh, you don't like C.D. Lamb?
CD's nuts. How about that?
Let's read some of
I
these
walked into
comments
that
real quick. We have Sal Messing blowing up our comment section.
Got the keyboard warrior over there.
But Travis Kelce's legacy for his Hall of Fame is staying. Who cares if they lost, but his career. Denver Broncos #1 AFC West. He said tank with 3 exclamation marks.
What's up, dude?
Let's see.
ride.
Let's ride. Rumor, Bill to the Chargers. No shot he goes to Buffalo. Shula's win record. Possibly Dallas. Who's Adri? Is that Adriana?
I don't know.
Adri says best coach of all time. Depending on the result this year, Sally Boy, keyboard warrior. Yeah, Sal, shout out Sal, man. He subscribed to us,
Sal's
I think,
keeping it
last
busy.
week. Dude, the last 2 episodes, he's been
Been contributing.
He's been active.
We got our first official Yaki on board.
Yeah, he's
Is that the name for the?
Sal
It
is
the group?
Sal's like a childhood friend of myself and my older brother.
Yeah.
He's still in the Navy. He's probably out at work right now, bored out of his damn. Yeah, he's at work right now, and he's bored out of his damn mind.
We're gonna get Sal some merch. We're
Let's
gonna get Sal some merch. He's out there. He's out there in Denver, right? Or no?
No, he's in Maine.
Oh, he's in Maine.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's over here.
We gotta let the Big YAC hit the deep northeast.
The deep northeast.
The
Yeah,
great
Sal, we
north.
got you on some merch, man.
MVP updates. Dak Prescott
It's Dak Prescott.
is in the league. How do you feel about that, Jackson?
That's just subjective at this point. I've been talking on this since he was at plus 4,000. It's now.
It's like-
I hope you guys cashed.
It's like plus 110 now. Let me double
Okay.
check.
I hope you guys cashed.
MVP stands for what?
Most valuable player.
Okay. Strictly statistically, Dak
Plus
Prescott
150.
is not MVP.
Are we now arguing semantics as to is Dak Prescott an MVP?
He is not
This is insane. We've
MVP.
gotten to this point that Dak
Statistically,
Prescott
he is
being
not-
MVP has become a semantics argument.
He is not the MVP.
Who's the MVP?
Josh Allen.
Whoa.
Well, Josh Allen's not going to win
Statistically.
MVP. And this is what I was going to say
Statistically.
about the Cowboys right now. The Cowboys can lose this game, and Dak Prescott can still be the MVP favorite, which I think is going to happen. Josh Allen, at this point in the season, you have these head-to-head matchups, which really kind of help determine who's the MVP. Like you have Dak versus Jalen Hurts last week. We also Jalen Hurts MVP odds are now they're tanked. They're down.
Yeah, they're
out.
done.
They're going to
There's
the
no-
trash.
Josh Allen isn't in the MVP race right now, and again,
He is now.
that's each to each their own. Like
He's on the
people
sports
have
books
their own
now.
thoughts
Hey, he's on the
about
sports book now, man.
But
He's on the sports books.
he's not going to win MVP this
He
year.
could.
I mean, his interceptions aren't.
You never know.
This is a shot year for him. So he's not a threat to take away Dak's credibility as MVP.
So here are the updated favorites to win MVP right now. So Dak number 1, 150. Brock Purdy is right behind him at
Right
plus
behind him at
175. But then it's a long list after that. It's Lamar Jackson at plus 600. Jalen Hurts still kicking. He is plus 800. Josh Allen has moved up. He is now plus 1,400.
He's coming.
But right behind him
coming.
is Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill has rose up the rankings after his performance last week against the Titans, plus 1,600. Patrick Mahomes has dropped to 1,600. Tua has dropped to plus 1,600. Then you have Trevor Lawrence at plus 3,000, hobbling on one leg. And then Christian McCaffrey is sitting at plus 4,000.
I think the best odds there are Christian McCaffrey. Like that's the most fun. It's Christian McCaffrey in San Francisco. That's who the MVP is. If you're talking just the most valuable player, if we want to talk semantics, the most valuable player on that team is Christian McCaffrey.
I mean, Deebo Samuel has been.
Debo's been on a tear.
He's been on a tear.
past few games.
I
On a
will
tear.
say that. But season long, Christian McCaffrey. That offense is not the San Francisco 49ers offense without Christian McCaffrey.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Lamar Jackson's odds, to be honest. Plus 600. I mean, Lamar Jackson. I think similar case with Christian McCaffrey. When Mark Andrews went down, I mean, listen, Zay Flowers has been good as a rookie. That whole wide receiver room has been inconsistent. Odell finally caught a touchdown, and he did the smooth criminal, or not smooth criminal. I forget some Michael Jackson dance. And maybe he's back, maybe he's not. I don't know, but Lamar Jackson is that offense.
I'll give you credit for. I'll give
Yeah.
you that. I think that maybe flipping those odds with Lamar Jackson could be something that makes you a couple bucks. Their schedule just scares me to finish out the year. They have at Jaguars, who are alive and well in the playoff race, at the 49ers, at home versus the Dolphins, and then they close out with a divisional matchup against the Steelers, who they lost to earlier this year.
But imagine if they
If they went on, this is where you're getting with it. If they go on a 4-0 run, and Lamar looks Lamarvelous,
those are some of the best teams in the NFL. Not
right.
49ers are the best team in the NFL.
I do like where you're going with it.
Yeah.
I can give you credit there.
Yeah, so I mean, if Lamar goes on a tear and these Baltimore Ravens finish out strong, then depending on how Dak looks to finish off the year and Brock Purdy looks to finish off the year, he could sneak away with it.
It's about time for a Dallas Cowboys downfall, dude. I'm just saying.
Listen, man.
It's coming.
Who does Dallas have this week? They have
coming.
Bills.
They have the Bills this
yeah.
week.
It's coming.
Forgot about that.
And I think we'll talk about this more later on when we do the actual matchup. I don't love the Cowboys odds this week, but like I said, I don't think that a loss here would take away Dak from the MVP race.
They don't like playing in the cold, man. They don't like playing in the cold. I will say that.
That's true.
I think the last two, like this season and last season combined, I think they're like 3-9 in degrees, playing in games
40
of
degrees or fewer. Unfortunately, though,
40
it's going to
degrees.
be like 50 and
Oh,
partly
is it?
cloudy this
They're
week.
gonna lose.
Oh,
yeah.
come on.
They're gonna lose.
Who?
They're gonna lose.
They're gonna lose.
Cowboys.
All right, we're gonna get to that at Take It to the Bank. We have no 2-minute drill because we have no guests. Little debate topic I came up with. Just real quick, it's probably not gonna be a long debate topic. Probably 5 to 10 minutes at most. Are Pro Bowl appearances a valid statistic when comparing players? I mean, in the past, I will say this, it was a valid statistic because the Pro Bowl was actually, it was kind of like an all-star game. Which it still is, but it's more of like the Pro Bowl games nowadays. So
We were talking about this pre-show, Tank too. We were all talking about it. I think it's a little bit better. We all kind of agree it's a little bit of a better format, the Pro Bowl in general, now than what it used to be.
But Pro Bowl, I feel like Pro Bowl appearances, ever since they started to include like the social media voting in it, it's just turned into a popularity contest.
Oh, totally.
Like if you can go back and look at like Pro Bowl rosters from the past few years.
Tyler Huntley is a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Tyler Huntley was on the Pro Bowl last year.
Yeah, he was a Pro Bowler.
How many did he start a game? He probably started like 1 or 2 games when Lamar was hurt.
Lamar got hurt last year, so
It was only a couple.
He started a few games.
he started a decent amount of games last year.
It was like it was very. It wasn't.
It wasn't, like,
it wasn't
more than, like,
enough
6.
for him to make the Pro Bowl.
Right.
Like if it wasn't a social media thing, he wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
Like, and who else? There's always just some bum on the Bills that always squeaks in and goes. It pisses me off because why? What are you doing? Like, you think you're on the team?
Do you think Tyrod Taylor was deserving of going to the Pro Bowl a couple years ago? Not a couple years ago.
I really don't think so because like he never really had like when he was on the Bills, he never really had like, wow, Tyrod Taylor. He looks amazing.
That touchdown interception ratio. Though.
I mean, yeah, his touchdown interception ratio was really good.
Saying.
It was great, but it's never like he never really had those games where he's just like, wow, like he's this guy's got the goods. This guy's got the goods. He was serviceable. Same thing with Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley was serviceable in those starts.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that's really deserving of going to the Pro Bowl. But it's turned into a social media type of deal where whatever names get the most retweets go and play dodgeball.
I mean, I think it's a lot more.
Listen, have you watched those dodgeball
It's entertaining.
matchups?
Yeah.
It's entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy the games a lot better. I like when they had like when Peyton and Eli were the coaches. That was very enjoyable as well.
Deion and Rice.
Yeah, like when they do like the stuff they've been doing recently is very enjoyable, but. Especially now that it's not even like a game and it's a social media thing, it's like Pro Bowl appearances shouldn't be a statistic at all.
Like when we're arguing, like say like, oh, who is a better player all time? I mean, like,
And someone brings up the fact that a guy has multiple Pro Bowls.
yeah, and it's like
boo,
I don't think
boo-hoo, I don't care.
I don't think you can do that anymore. I think like 20 years ago you could do that. You know, like 15 years ago you could do that because. You know, again, it was like it's like the NBA. It was more of like, you know, oh, LeBron James is a 20-time All-Star. Like it was kind of. I felt like it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
But
it's just like a booster. That's all it is. It's like it's just a
an
couple.
accolade.
It's a couple stickers.
It's like graduating with honors. Nobody cares in the real world.
It doesn't get you anywhere. But the thing that actually does matter for players is the All-Pro, first team, second team All-Pros. Those are what matter in my head. Pro Bowls do not matter at all.
yeah, and I think like right now, I think all pros are like if you make like an all-pro team, I think that's like the most meritable like team you can be elected to or whatever.
Because that's voted on by
Like actual skill showcase.
yes,
yes,
and that's also, but it's actually voted on by credited people in the world of football. That actually watch it every week. They've been watching it their whole life, played it, coached it. And those are the guys that decide who the best in the league are at every position for first team and second team. So that's what actually matters. Not Tyler Huntley got 10,000 retweets on his Pro Bowl votes and that's why he's
Tyler
here.
Huntley,
No, it just doesn't make it. It's like it's a.
Deal with Snoop, man.
I don't have a problem with him. I'm just saying like. It's not really like he didn't deserve to go to the Pro Bowl last year. Like if you want to count it as a stat, Tyler Huntley shouldn't have been there.
yeah.
It's not an accolade you can count.
What about the NFL Top 100 list? Do you think that like that's?
I think that has
that's
a little bit more credit because it's player voted.
It's voted on by the players of the NFL. So yes.
I know what I think about that. I think it's some bullshit.
You think it's some
I
bullshit?
think it's some bullshit, man.
Why?
I think that list, man.
What do you not agree with? Like, take it for last year's top 100 players. What did you not agree with? I thought last year's list was pretty good.
I need to look it up.
I mean, there was that year where Mac Jones was on it, and he was like he was in like the
like
70s. I was like, what the
94
hell is this
something
dude
like that,
doing here?
It was after his rookie year. I remember that.
Let's see here. All right, so we had top 3 players: Mahomes, Jefferson, Hurts, Nick Bosa 4.
Like, come on.
That is the most valid top 4 I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, but then we start going to.
Listen, don't pull me number 65.
Yeah.
Like,
But that matters, though. I think that matters.
you have to sit there and the players have. I mean, I don't know how the voting format works. Like, how do the players rank 100 players? But I don't.
Like Myles Garrett, number 20. I don't know, man. I think Myles Garrett.
Okay, but I mean, you got to compare him to other seasons that were had by other players. You're not just comparing each position. You're comparing each player at different positions as a whole.
Myles Garrett, 16 sack season, first team All Pro, selected to his 4 Pro Bowl.
See, look at that.
It's right there.
Remember that time he got the sack in the Pro Bowl?
But then, all right, so Max Crosby is 17th. Max Crosby had 12 and a half sacks.
Okay, but look at the solo tackles, 58 to 37.
I mean,
And passes defended, more forced fumbles, and he had a fumble recovery. And he wasn't selected to the All-Pro.
16 and a half sacks. 16 and a half sacks.
Okay.
Max Crosby.
He had almost 20 more solo tackles in him.
As a defensive end, I mean, it's meritable, but I mean, like that's a pass rush. These are pass rushers, man. The sacks are what
I think last year's list was very fair. I think it was a good list. Until you get to like the 80s and 90s. But who cares about them? You know what I'm saying?
I care. All right. Moving on to underdog pick 5. Do you want to get paid? Do we want to get paid?
I think it's time to get paid.
It's time to get paid.
I'm done getting paid.
We are proud to be partnering with Underdog Sports, our favorite place to play fantasy games. Got to check out their pick'em. It's so easy to play. Just pick 2 to 5 stats of your favorite players and choose whether they'll go higher or lower. You can 20 times your money by going 5 for 5. Does that sound like fun? Download their app and sign up today using our code Big YAC. That's BIGYAC.
Big YAC.
To get your first deposit of up to $100 matched. We cannot wait to see your entries. That being said, I'll go right away with mine. We got the free square here with Austin Eckler. 0.5 total yards. Give me that. Although, you know what? I don't know. I might take the lower on that one. He looks like poop the last few weeks.
Dude's running around with a trailer.
0.5. Yeah, this is the free square. So of course I'll take the free point. Give me Justin Jefferson, 75.5 receiving yards. Give me the higher. He told reporters today in his press conference that he will be playing this week versus Cincinnati. I expect to see him in full force, and whoever plays quarterback, Nick Mullins, who the hell is Nick Mullins? I think he's going to be looking Jefferson's way early and often.
I really hope that Justin Jefferson shows up in a big way. First week of
this is fantasy playoffs. We'll get
fantasy
there.
Playoffs are here. I've waited all year to finally maybe get some points from Justin Jefferson. He's been hurt for damn near most of the
he's coming back at the right time.
But he's here at the right time.
That's all that matters.
Everyone who's been holding on to him and you didn't trade him, you're smart. You're loyal, and I respect that.
We'll see.
He's going to go off.
T. Higgins, higher, 39.5 receiving yards. I feel like this is a little low. T. Higgins is just good for like a blow-up game every few games or so, and it's been a while since he's had a blow-up game, so I just got a gut feeling here. Moving on to Jalen Warren, 8.5 rushing attempts. Give me the higher here. Pittsburgh loves him, man. They love using Jalen Warren. I think that he's going to go more and more into a split share with Najee Harris, so I think this is an easy grab. And lastly, Russell Wilson, higher than 29.5 passing attempts. They're facing Detroit in Detroit. Detroit's pissed off. They're on a slump. But this offense, I think, will be ready to rock and roll. And Russell Wilson's going to have to keep up with their offense. So give me 29.5 passing attempts. I'll take the higher on that. That is my underdog pick 5.
All right, let's go. Eckler, free square, obviously. T.J. Hawkinson, I have higher than 52.5 receiving yards against Cincinnati. Nick Mullins, if I recall correctly, loves his tight ends, and he helped vault George Kittle. I forget what record it was, like back in it was like before COVID, to say the least. But again, history says he likes his tight ends. T.J. Hawkinson, I mean, you never know. Jefferson, he came back in, last week after being out with his what was it, his ankle or his hamstring? Hamstring. So when got injured, not jinxing anything, but I mean,
better fucking not.
It could happen again.
I'll kill you.
You'll kill me? Not jinxing anything. I'm just saying it's possible. I have Jake Browning higher than 242.5 passing yards. I think Jake Browning has been balling. He's playing Minnesota, who has a very weak defense. I think he gets Jamar Chase going. T. Higgins got going a little bit last week too, so we'll definitely see. But 242 yards, I like the sound of that. Michael Pittman, higher than 7 receptions. Michael Pittman, this second half of the season, has been on a tear. He's been a top 10 receiver in fantasy, for sure. To point that out, he's playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tank, how do you feel about that?
Bring him on. We haven't beat the Steelers since 2008.
Well, it's gonna happen.
The time has come.
That's a deep cut stat.
And then
That's a very deep cut stat.
lastly, I have Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited. I have him higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns, and that has a 1.25 times boost on it. So give me that. I mean, Russell Wilson against Detroit. Detroit has been struggling as of recently, so I like the sound of that. I like him throwing 2 touchdowns, one to Sutton, one to one of his tight ends. Maybe is Dulcich playing?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe throws one to Dulcich. Alberto. I mean, I don't even think Alberto's on the team anymore, but
What a flop he was.
what a flop he was. I had such
Dude,
I
Mike loved some Alberto.
last year, dude. I drafted him as my only tight end, and trusted it last year, and I got bit in the ass so hard. I don't know why I had such confidence for him. I believed in the Russell Wilson hype at first, and then it just it crashed, burned and crashed. Let's go on to take it to the bank. Before we do that, we have a parlay of the week by Nico himself, Mr. Dallas Cowboy.
So, this is another week where we have a horrible Thursday night football game.
Yes, sir.
We have whoever the hell is that quarterback for the Raiders, whether it be Jimmy Garoppolo, whether it be Aiden O'Connell, and who else is over there?
They
Who's
have
in the mix? Brian
Hoyer.
Hoyer. Yeah, if you see the corpse of Brian Hoyer out there, we don't even know. Regardless, Devontae Adams is still going to get his touches. Give me him getting a touchdown. Anytime touchdown scored to lead off this parlay.
Okay.
Moving on to the hockey stick. We, as of late, have seen a lot of solid backup quarterback play. I'm not going to lie. I like 200-plus passing yards against this Swiss cheese Las Vegas defense. 200 passing yards, believe it. I'll believe it. I believe in him. I believe in the hockey stick. It's a tight one, but you know what? We got to feel frisky, and we got to have a reason to watch this game tomorrow night. That being said, his over-under for passing touchdowns is at 0.5. He's going to throw a touchdown to Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen's not playing.
He's not playing? Well, he's going to throw a touchdown to Austin
Keenan
Eckler.
Allen is not playing.
He's going to throw a touchdown to Austin Eckler.
Donald Parham.
Donald Parham, yeah, throw him in there.
Anytime touchdown.
He's
plus
throwing a
2,000.
touchdown. He's throwing one touchdown. I got it. You got one touchdown. And Austin Eckler, 25 receiving yards to feed into that Easton Sick 200 yards. So
What's that sitting at?
that's sitting at plus 872. $10 to get what is that? 92 bucks.
To win 80, get $10.
Yeah, you get about about roughly 890.
It's a 4-legger. Devontae Adams touchdown. Easton Stick 200 passing yards. If you want to play it safe a little bit, his actual over/under set at 180. So
Okay.
say what you want about that. Think about with that. But I just do not trust this Las Vegas defense. And then give me the one passing touchdown and Austin Eckler receiving yards.
Trust in Max Crosby, man.
Yeah.
Trust in Max Crosby.
Trust. All right, so let's move on. Los Angeles at Las Vegas. Speaking of that game, Raiders are 3.5-point favorites at home. Over under is set at 34.5. What do you guys think? Do you want to play the three word game this time, or?
Yeah, let's bring it in. There's 3 of us on the show. 3-word game.
All right, you guys go first.
This game sucks. Give me the Raiders.
This game's ass. Give me the Raiders.
Stinky poo poo. Give me the Raiders.
I got a drink for this segment.
Yeah. Minnesota at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is sitting at 2.5-point favorites at home. Over under is set at a even 40.
LSU boys shine. I think we're going to see some greatness out of both Jamar Chase.
Oh, yeah.
and
This is a
Justin
Chase
Jefferson.
versus Jefferson game, technically.
I do like the Bengals at home here.
Jack?
I don't know, dude. My brain's kind of mush right now. I'm not gonna give no words because I can't right now.
I have none.
I got none. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
I got nothing. There you go. That's
The
3 words.
Bengals.
It's gonna be I got nothing for the rest of the
I've been riding the Jake Browning train. I like what I've seen from Chase Brown. Running the ball. Joe Mixon hasn't been bad either. I like what I see. If Minnesota had a better defense, I would feel better about this. Or if it was home, I would like Minnesota. But they're on the road. Give me Cincinnati. You really don't know what you're going to get with Nick Mullins. I mean,
Yeah.
he's proven he could ball some days, depending on the team. I mean,
Is it going to be an A day or a B day?
if you like with the offense that they have, the passing attack, I mean, you're set up. You just need somebody to run the ball. I mean, Ty Chandler, I think, is going to be the starting running back if Madison can't go. So if you could get some play out of Ty Chandler running the ball, and you mix it up, get a good mix, good balanced attack, they could pull this off. But I'm just gonna go Cincinnati. I feel like it's the more for sure win.
If this was at Minnesota, I think I would have a different thought about it.
Yeah.
But with it being in Cincinnati, I think the Bengals want this a little bit more.
All right, here we go, Tank. Pittsburgh at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is sitting at 1.5 favorites. Over/under is set at 42.5. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go beat the streak. I'm taking the Colts. That's for you. That's for you, Tank.
That's right. Minshew Mania's back. Give me the Colts.
Is that 4 or is that 3?
He is. You got an apostrophe S.
Oh, okay. Tank, do you have 3 words for us?
Contraction word.
For the shoe. Let's do it.
For the shoe.
Yay, classic.
I did not like what I saw from the Pittsburgh Steelers last week against the Patriots.
Is Kenny Pickett playing this week?
Hell no.
No,
Nah.
it's Mitch Trubisky.
I mean, does it matter really? They're
True.
both ass.
Good point.
Mitch is really ass.
You did not look good. I did not like what I saw.
He looked terrible.
Rich's ass.
Mitch's ass. That'll be mine, I guess. Mitch's ass.
There you go.
Give me the Colts. I'm pretty sure we've had an even sweep of the same teams these first 3 games.
That's scary.
It's a little
That's scary.
Not good.
Here we go. Here we start getting interesting here. Denver at Detroit. This is a big game. Detroit is 4-point favorites at home. Over/under is set at 47.5. This is tough. I feel like I know what you're about to say.
I don't think
Nico.
it is that tough.
A Mon-Ra legacy game. Let's go Lions, baby.
I thought you were going Broncos country.
If Detroit, again, this is another thing where it's Detroit's at home, and they're on a losing streak. I think this is where they right the ship. There's 3 words: right the ship.
Let Russ cook. Broncos.
All
Broncos
right.
country. Let's ride. They're gonna take. I feel like they have a pretty good shot at maybe taking over the AFC West.
They do.
That's true. That is true. They're only a game back.
They're one
Yes.
game back.
You know what, man?
Shout out Sale.
I'm gonna ride Jackson here.
Hey yo, what the?
Pause. You're gonna do what?
What was that? You doing what?
Nah, don't double down on it.
I was about to double down.
You might as well take Nico's cowboy hat. Like,
Yeah, give me that shit.
Hey yo.
Give me Broncos. Let's see.
hold up, bro.
You're just gonna move right past that, huh?
All right. Moving on.
Cortland Sutton game.
All right.
Cortland Sutton game.
Right.
That's my 3 words.
All right.
Cortland Sutton's been on a touchdown tear. He's had a great season. I like what I've seen. Give me Broncos. Next game, Tampa Bay at Green Bay. Green Bay is 3.5-point favorites at home. Over/under is set at 41.5.
I'm trying to think of how to condense this down to 3 words.
Packers stay hot.
They weren't
They're
hot
not
last
hot.
week. That's the thing. Like
They're not.
I'm going over the 3 words. Last week was a fluke. Give me the Packers in Lambeau.
Packers. Poor Allen, dude.
Dude, We hopped on the Packers train.
I told you guys what happened. I hopped on the Packers train, dude. I started talking good about the Packers, and they immediately lose to the team that I said that they would have no problem beating. It's every time. Having to Josh Dobbs, having the Packers, having the Bills against the Eagles.
Let's go, mateys.
You know what? I know what I'm gonna do.
Tampa Bay. I'm going Tampa Bay.
All right. Ahoy, mateys.
Ahoy, mateys. Green Bay, I just did not like what I saw last week. Jordan Love turned the ball over a little way too much for my liking. Keyshawn Nixon also had a very costly fumble. Allen, come on, man. You're supposed to help us out here, man.
Do we get Christian Watson back this game though?
I don't know. We might. We'll see.
We see Christian Watson out there?
We might. Not too sure. They definitely need him though. I just didn't really like their game plan against the Giants. I mean, I just thought that they were just playing the game a little too cute.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Jaden Reed running the ball a lot. I mean, they scored a touchdown off of it, but Jordan Love, man.
I mean, let's go back and see. I mean, they were a missed 2-point conversion away from probably actually winning this game too. So I feel like last week was a fluke for them. I think they're still very much so alive in the NFC playoff race.
Baker Mayfield announced that he's going to be a dad.
He's got that dad energy.
He's got the dad energy.
Good for him,
Come
man.
on, Daddy.
Good for it. What?
Yo, pause.
Strike 2.
Oh shit.
Damn,
All right, here we go, man. Here we go. Giants at Saints. Tommy Cutlets in the Big Easy. New Orleans is sitting at 6-point favorites. Interesting. Over under set at 39.5.
I think there's going to be a clean sweep here.
I'm taking the Giants, and you guys go ahead with your pick, even though we know who it is.
Give me Gabagool.
Yeah, I got something to
Give me
say.
Gabagool. Give me the
about something
Giants.
Passing Paisano. Giants.
Dude, these past 3 games, Tommy DeVito has been exactly what this team needs.
Oh yeah.
He's been
gives them
perfect
spunk
for them.
He gives them spunk.
He's had a passer rating of over 100 these past 3 games, and he's been exactly what he needs to be. He's been balling out, and it's just I feel like it's just gonna keep rolling for them. Like it just seems like it's like this mythical. It's like a myth.
It's a myth.
With all this shit that's going on. It just doesn't seem
Like
real.
the legend of Tommy
Yeah,
DeVito.
it's like the legend of Tommy DeVito is unfolding in front of our eyes. It's like, I'm not saying he's the next greatest thing to ever come out and play and off the bench.
I think we got
and
a
do what he
little bit of
can.
a quarterback controversy over in New York.
We do.
Yeah, dude, this is a bad time for this to happen for the Giants organization after just paying.
I mean,
Daniel
listen,
Jones.
these last 3 weeks, he has 137 passer rating versus the Washington Commanders. He's got 103 passer rating versus New England, 113 passer rating versus Green Bay.
Hey, I'm just saying, dude, he did what Patrick Mahomes couldn't. He beat the Packers, man.
5 touchdowns to 0
I'm keeping that
interceptions
narrative going.
across these 3 games. I don't know, man.
Draymond Green suspended indefinitely.
Yeah, I just saw that. Just came across my phone. Boy, hit somebody with a spinning back fist the other day. That shit was crazy.
You see what Nurkic said?
No.
They said that brother needs help
He
or
said
something.
that brother needs help. Now he's getting it to make him take counseling.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
good.
it's
That
just
man
like
in anger management.
it's just like, you know, I understand you're this.
Well, he wasn't out there playing basketball. He was just out there
But that's
he
how
was
he
just
is,
out there
though,
looking
man.
for beef, man.
That's how he is. Like he just like, you know, he'll play excellent defense and then just some switch just
Kick
kind of
someone,
like.
and then he kicked someone in the dick.
He punched him and flopped after.
I saw this tweet. It was like, why does Draymond talk like he like did all these things in like a werewolf phase? Like he's just like he turned into a werewolf and then like
me when I'm angry.
like
Come on, have a Snickers.
yeah.
Not you when you're hungry.
So next game we have Atlanta at Carolina. This is the first road favorite we have so far. Falcons 3-point favorites. Over under is set at 34. 3 is kind of for the Falcons against the Panthers. I mean, the Panthers are what, 1-12.
I didn't like what I saw from the Falcons, especially in his last few weeks.
Going Panthers? Going Panthers?
Let's go.
They
Carolina.
gotta win at some time.
They gotta
dude.
win.
I mean,
They
yeah,
gotta
they beat
win.
the Texans. They got to do it at least one more time, man. I mean, I would like to see it happen. And who better?
Chicago Bears fans.
And who better to beat than the Falcons? You know?
Yeah, this screams upset for me. Plus 142 on the money line. I'm actually considering taking that.
Let's have fun over here, man. Oh my God, I don't know. This is tough. I really want to pick the Panthers. You know, I like picking the underdog, but I'm gonna go Atlanta. Drake London had a really good game last week.
Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson found the end zone in the same game.
It's crazy sighting.
That's true. That is true.
Same game. It's crazy.
Unleash the Bijan. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of three words for these, but
Bijan mustard.
Bijan mustard, please.
There you go. There's 3 words.
Bijan mustard, please.
Okay.
Atlanta. It's getting to that time of the night, man. The circuits are starting to fry a little bit.
Screws are loosening.
Screws are starting to loose. All right, Houston at Tennessee. Houston is 2.5-point favorites. Or they're not. That's what I'm saying.
No,
dude.
they ain't.
No, they ain't. 2-point underdogs. Tennessee is 2.5-point favorites. Over under set at 37.5, and I think that's solely based off of C.J. Stroud might not play.
Taking a look at concussion protocol throughout this season, there's been a big emphasis on not rushing players back. There's a really, really good chance that Vegas thinks it, looking at the spread and looking at this over/under, that C.J. Stroud doesn't play this week. And if that's the case, the Texans are in trouble here. Their playoff odds are kind of plummeting if C.J. Stroud has to miss any time whatsoever. And the Titans coming off of a big win against Miami, I like them here at home.
I like the Titans, man.
Stroud,
The ball of testosterone, man. He's gonna go out and have a game.
if Stroud plays, I think Houston has it, but we simply don't know. So if who's their backup quarterback in Houston?
Davis Mills.
Is it Davis Mills?
The neck.
Still? The big neck. Davis Mills is not going to beat the Titans. So if Mills starts, give me Titans. I don't know. I'll go Texans.
Okay.
I'll go Texans. I have a feeling Stroud's gonna progress. If he doesn't, I'm gonna eat my words.
All right.
I'll take the L on that one. Jets at Dolphins. Dolphins are sitting at 8.5-point favorites. Over under for this game is set at 37.5. That's low for a Miami Dolphins game.
Tyreek is banged up. When Tyreek's not in that offense,
Tua looks like shit,
flat.
dude.
They look
he looked
flat
like
without
ass
Tyreek.
when Tyreek was not on the
You
field.
want to make
man.
a case for MVP? Tyreek has it because he was the most valuable player for the Miami Dolphins. Without them, the whole game plan is shot. It looked like. So
Tua's a Tyreek merchant, man.
this is kind of setting up for a trap game for the Dolphins. Would you guys agree?
I agree. I don't know if I can take them.
I don't know. Has Zach Wilson ever had back-to-back good games?
I
Ever?
mean, like,
Like
listen,
I want to pick the Jets.
you might want to just thinking about this. You have the Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Bills after the Jets. If you're the Miami,
Mm-hmm.
you need Tyreek Hill for those games more than you need him for the Jets. Problem is, your whole offense runs through Tyreek. If you risk losing him versus the Jets, you're in trouble. Now your playoff odds are gone.
So you're saying you think that they should sit him?
I would suggest maybe letting Tyreek Hill rest a week. And that being said,
They're not. I just feel like they're not going to do that because
I don't know if Tyreek is going to do that. Thing is, I mean, Tyreek looked like his ankle was broken in half.
no, his knee looked like it was in a different state.
It's an Idaho.
The fact that he was able to just get up and,
And he just shot up and
sprint
ran,
off the side, it's impressive.
So I think
It's
his
crazy.
team doctor needed to do him a favor and and let him sit because I don't know if after an injury like that, if he can last these next 4 games, then go right into the playoffs.
It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna sit him. It's not gonna happen.
I don't. I still.
They can't do it. They saw what they look like when he's on the field.
Someone please talk me out of taking the Jets here.
It's not good. I don't have to. I'm taking the Jets.
You're taking the Jets.
Yes. Downfall of the Miami Dolphins has started. It's
you take the
December.
Jets.
It's December, people. The yearly December collapse has begun.
I'm considering it. I mean, we saw what they looked like without Tyreek, and it was nothing special.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson, for what it's worth, I mean, has looked okay.
Yeah.
Went for
He's playing
300 and
pissed
2
off. He's
touchdowns.
got a chip on his shoulder.
Went for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns last week.
I don't think he's going to be a Jet next year. I think they're going to mutually part ways at the end of this season. The Jets need him just so they have a quarterback right now for the end of the season. But I think Zach Wilson's trying to put something on tape. He has something to prove. If you can go out there and kick a divisional rival, an AFC contender right in the mouth, I mean, I don't know. I think the Jets have less to lose, and so they're going to play a little bit more loose. I'm going to take the Jets.
I like the Jets.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I don't know. I agree with both points. I want the Jets to win, obviously, for reasons. But Miami, I don't think they sit Tyreek Hill. I think if he's out there, I think they win the bowl game. Raheem Mostert has been looking good. I mean, Devin Kane didn't look terrible last week. Definitely doesn't look like how he looked earlier in the season. I still think he's a little banged up.
I feel like they're just not giving him a lot of time. I think Raheem Mostert, rightfully so. I mean, he's having a career year.
16 touchdowns.
But
Those 3 weeks when they were both healthy as can be,
electric.
it was so special, man. I have them both on my fantasy team, by the way.
Electric.
Those 3 weeks were the best weeks of my life.
Miami's defense could lock in at some point. Limit Zach Wilson a little bit, and that's kind of crazy to say. Limit Zach Wilson.
He limits himself enough, dude. I mean,
yeah, I think Miami will pull it out.
I don't think Zach Wilson is not going to be the reason that they win this football game. It's going to be their defense.
Brees Hall.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to score a defensive touchdown, I believe.
Jets win a barn burner.
Jets win a barn burner. Let's see. Chicago at Cleveland. Cleveland is 3-point favorites. Over under is set at 38. Joe Flacco.
I don't. If this was in Chicago, I'd probably lean Bears, to be completely honest. But I'm gonna take Cleveland here.
Joe Flacco's elite. Give me the Browns. Still elite, by the way. Still elite.
You know what? I'm going Bears.
They are coming off a big win.
They coming off a big win. Justin Fields, what?
Nothing.
Justin Fields, second half of the season this year, last year, has been great. I think personally, if they can just play a safe game, I think they come away with this. Their defense needs to step up because their defense is, I mean, they played well against Detroit last week. They just got to keep, they can't let Joe Flacco do what he did last week.
No.
So I like Chicago. I mean, Cleveland has more, Chicago. Cleveland has more to lose here.
There it is.
So what?
So there it is.
There it is. I'm struggling here, man. It's been a
man.
long day, dude.
You're good,
It's been
man.
a long day.
You're okay.
Give me 3 words. I don't got 3 words. The Bears. There's 2.
It's the Bears.
It's the Bears. It's the baby.
It was always the Bears.
You guys want Cleveland?
Yeah. I said Joe Flacco was
Yeah, give me
elite.
Cleveland.
Joe
Yeah.
Flacco's elite, man.
All right, Kansas City at New England. New England is sitting at 8.5-point underdogs. Kansas City's 8.5-point favorites on the road. Over/under is set at 37.
I'm not even going to spend any time on this get-right game. Give me Chiefs. Don't.
Oh, Lord.
Don't.
Oh,
do it.
Lord.
Don't
No,
do it.
no, the Chiefs are gonna.
Do it.
No, the Chiefs are gonna win this game. It's the Patriots are in shambles.
Yeah, they're tanking at this point.
I mean, they beat Bailey Zappi. Didn't look bad last week.
He's still certified ass, dude.
Still certified A.
Still certified ass.
Isaiah Pacheco returns. I think if Pacheco returns, this Kansas City offense is going to look better. They definitely missed him last week.
If Pacheco played in that game, they would have beat the Bills.
Probably.
Most likely.
No, they would have.
I'm also taking Kansas City. Washington at the LA Rams. The Rams are 6.5-point favorites. Over-under is set at 50.5. Golly, 50.5.
Give me that over, dude.
50.5.
I love over
Whoa.
like that, the Rams are winning this game.
What do they know that we don't know?
Huh?
What do
That
they know
Sam
that we don't
Howell
know?
is your league leader in passing.
I get that. But
And that-
50.5?
Dude, Matt Stafford, these past 3 games, Matt Stafford's been on an absolute tear.
Puka the Trutha.
Puka the
The-
truth.
the past-
Give me the
Three
Rams.
words?
The past 3 games, Matt Stafford has had 10 touchdowns to 1 interception.
That's insane.
He's
There
hot.
you go. He's back.
He's hot. This
Staff
Rams
is
team
back.
is kind of hot.
Hot.
Hot. Hot. Give me the Rams.
There's your 3.
Yes.
I'm also going to go to the Rams. Give me Cooper Cup game. I think Cooper Cup has a 20-plus point game in fantasy. It's that time of the year.
Hope so.
Fantasy managers are going to need him to come through. Fantasy playoffs start this week for most leagues, so Cooper Cup had a touchdown last week. I think he keeps it up as long as Puka doesn't go absolutely insane. So, go Rams. Niners at Cardinals. Niners are 12.5-point favorites on the road. Cardinals are underdogs. 47.5 is over under.
Roll San Francisco. Give me the Niners. Holy.
I'm gonna say 4 words. Call the National Guard. This will be bad, man. This is gonna be bad.
Ugly.
49ers are about to beat the shit out of the Cardinals, man.
No questions here. Niners. Here we go. Dallas at Buffalo. Buffalo's 1.5-point favorites at home. Over-under is set at 50.5. Nico says that the weather's going to be considerably nice for December. Let's start with Nico.
So this game, obviously my whole narrative the last month has been the Dallas Cowboys. But I am still a Bills fan at heart. So I feel like I am perfectly biased, or the lack thereof. I'm perfectly down the middle for this game. That being said, kind of looking at some stats, Dak has 20-2 touchdown to interception ratio, 74% completion percentage when he's at home. But when he's away, his completion percentage is 63.5, 8 touchdowns to 4 picks. Passer rating at home is 122.5, and away it's 88.8. Significant drop off away versus at home.
Are the Cowboys cheating at home?
The Cowboys just have an extreme home field advantage.
No, they're cheating.
It's the
That
big
must be what it
scoreboard.
is.
They're
Yeah,
cheating. They're
the
cheating.
scoreboard's wrong.
They're cheating.
When they play on grass, I got some stats for you. When Dak Prescott plays on grass this season, he has 5 touchdowns to 4 picks, passer rating of 84.5.
Doesn't like
Listen,
grass.
we're talking about grass. We're talking about the weather. I'm trying to get deep into this and really figure out who's going to win.
You don't even really need to go too deep, man.
The Bills are
The ass
more
boys are
desperate.
gonna fucking lose, man.
Listen. So
Dak's MVP season stops this Sunday.
we talked about this. I don't think that the MVP season ends with a loss here versus Buffalo.
It begins to go downward.
So I think Buffalo is going to win this game. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think Buffalo has the slight edge. They're more desperate. Their backs are against the wall. I mean, lose here, the playoff odds plummet. If there is one game that Buffalo can afford to lose, it is this game. That being said, you still, as a Buffalo Bills fan, you don't want to see this game as a loss. They're at home in Buffalo. I mean, if this was in Dallas, I would have been taking the Cowboys every single day. But it's in Buffalo.
Highmark is going to be rocking for this game.
These ticket. I was trying to ticket watch. Good luck. It's like $250 just to get in.
Highmark's going to be a place to be this Sunday. There's going to be a lot of energy. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a good time. I really wish I was going to that game.
Sarah Stallman says, "Why is Mike dressed like a Russian 19-year-old pimp?" Sarah, we're not going for the Russian look. We're going for the pass and paisan look. Cowboys at Bills. I feel like if I pick the Cowboys, it's gonna like kind of
It's like some reverse psychology
thing. So I might, if the Bills win, I'll take the loss in the record column, but in my heart, the Bills win. But I don't know. Should I do that? Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know. Do what you want, Mike.
Do what I want. You guys are both picking the Bills.
Yes.
Give me Dallas.
Okay.
Give me Dallas.
Worst team.
Reverse psychology.
Your dad's gonna whoop your ass when you
I
get
hope
home.
he does.
Beat the shit out.
Get my damn shirt back.
Hit you on the head with a steel chair.
Reverse psychology win? Question mark. That's my 3 words. Yeah. Dallas.
Oh my
Listen.
God, bro.
You want to go back and
If-
read
if-
through
yeah.
that game again?
If
Let's run it back.
if they muster up some. All right, I'm not just gonna. Move on.
Did you take something before this
No.
show tonight?
Yes. My eyes are dilated. My eyes are dilated. Baltimore at Jacksonville. Baltimore is 3.5-point favorites. Jacksonville is at home. 42.5 is the over/under.
What is that saying? 1 by land, 2 by sea, some by air. Is that?
I don't know.
What-
Sounds
Why
like
are you
the
looking
Avatar.
at me? Is that supposed to be like a?
That's a Navy thing, right?
I
It's
don't-
like
I
a
don't-
military.
I
Like,
don't know,
don't they
dude.
don't they instill
I
it?
didn't pay attention when I was in, dude. I was a piece of shit when I was in the Navy, man.
I was trying to think of something like something by air, something by land, but the Ravens are going to win this game. Quoth the Raven nevermore. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah. That's all I got. The Ravens are winning this game, man.
Jacksonville played well with Trevor Lawrence having a bum ankle, but I got Baltimore. Lamar Jackson MVP? Question mark.
Yeah, you made a good case for him.
Made a case.
Yeah.
So trying to ride that narrative. Philadelphia last game. Philadelphia at Seattle. Philadelphia is 3.5-point favorites on the road. Over under is set at 47.5. Philadelphia has not looked good the last 2 weeks, but they got Seattle this week. A little bit of relief, not that much of a relief, but
I've already used these 3 words, but get right game. Give me the Eagles.
Seattle.
Okay.
That's all I got.
all you got.
All I got.
Let's see. Feed DeAndre Swift. I feel like they've been shying away from running the ball a little bit. Swift has just been on the
Boston Scott does not deserve any touches.
No, he doesn't. Neither does Kenneth Walker. I don't
Walker?
stand.
Kenneth
or not
Walker?
Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth
Kenneth
Gainwell?
Gainwell.
I was gonna say,
Brother.
well, damn.
Walker's
Hot
on the
take.
Walker's on the other side of the ball.
Jesus Christ, I thought I was out of it today, dude.
Yeah. Walker's on the other side of the ball. Neither Gainwell or Scott should get touches. I think DeAndre Swift needs a good dosage this game. Give me the Eagles.
Oh, wait, real quick. Friend Sam says, do y'all think DK is going to get ejected again? It's been
That was a little
it's been
nutty.
a problem all year. I'm pretty sure it was a problem last year
You
too.
don't talk about anger issues.
He's got fucking problems, man. He needs
So
to
he has
figure it out.
CTE.
He needs to figure it out cuz
I want to see him cuss someone out in sign language.
whether it happened like somewhere down the line, he's going to end up getting suspended for a long time. So he's going to lose his cool. And then we're going to see another Myles Garrett incident where he just beats somebody over the head with something. So,
It's just his fists, like full Draymond Green. Like,
oh yeah, who do y'all think will win in a fight? DK Metcalf or Draymond Green?
oh, DK,
That's one of the comments.
DK, easy.
I don't know, dude. Draymond's a
Have
little.
you seen how built DK
Hey,
is?
but I'm just saying, Draymond's a scrapper, dude. He'll kick you in the nuts. He'll hit you with
Yeah,
a
he'll
spinning
fight
back
dirty.
fist.
He'll
He
fight
might
dirty.
stab you. I don't know. Yeah.
I think Draymond could sneak a win out. I'm not gonna lie.
Are we gonna put this at the bottom of the picks?
I think Draymond will like bite somebody.
Pay-per-view.
He'll bite him.
Bro, in like
poke him in the eyes.
in like 8 years, it's gonna be like a Le'Veon Bell, Frank Gore thing, type of fight.
No,
like,
Frank Gore got his ass whooped.
All right,
Yeah.
so Jackson, who are you taking? DK or Draymond?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm taking DK.
thank you.
But I'm just saying there is a chance you could bet on Draymond and make money off that. I'm just saying.
I'm going Draymond. Draymond's gonna.
Draymond just can't let DK get his hands on him. Once DK grabs him like this and starts tossing him around, it's over. It's too strong.
It's over.
It's like that scene in
It's-
Endgame with the
Yeah.
Hulk just throwing
Man,
Yeah.
Loki around.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take it to the bank. You guys have any fantasy football starts, sets, sleepers,
Playoff
anything
start.
like that?
Playoff start. I don't have any starts.
I don't got no.
I just
start
have
sleep. Yeah, I don't
start
anything,
me in fantasy because I had playoffs in 9 out of 10 fantasy leagues. I got a first round bye in 5 of them.
I'm sitting at 5 out of 9.
If you guys
for
listen to
playoffs.
my takes all year, maybe you would be in the playoffs having a first round bye too.
Me and Nico have first round buys in his dynasty. It's either just me and Nico at the top.
Shout out Tank Talk. Thanks for that first round bye.
Thanks for the first round buy in the merge league.
Listen, man. We're going to be like that 07 New York Giants team.
Okay.
Okay.
If you take a look at our lineup, you don't want to see us in the playoffs. Tyreek Hill gets back on track. Travis Kelce gets back on track.
You guys got
Tua
hurt.
gets back on track. Let's go. We're ready for the playoffs with the losing record.
I mean, I have a couple, starts, sits, and sleepers. Wide receiver, I have Jaden Reed. He has been without Christian Watson, he's been their top receiving target. Give me Jaden Reed. I know he had a rushing touchdown. They're just finding ways to get him the ball at all costs. So, give me Jaden Reed. For a quarterback, Jake Browning, we talked about it. A lot of quarterback injuries out there. They're playing a weak Minnesota secondary. All their weapons. T. Higgins is officially, I think, damn near fully healthy. So for a quarterback, I think that's a solid start. And then for running backs, I got Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford versus Chicago. Jerome Ford has been the bell cow running back over Kareem Hunt in that offense, and they're playing Chicago. They can be good against the run. They're not a bad defense at all, but I think Jerome Ford can rip one. He probably won't have longevity. He probably is not going to rip off big runs here and there, but I think he'll have one big 75-yard touchdown run, and that'll get you nice for fantasy. But yeah, that's basically all I got. But if anybody else has anything to add, any comments?
Got the
Yeah,
ball
this
gate.
is talking about the.
UFC 250, DK gonna get ejected. DK versus Draymond.
It's just I'm talking about the DK. They're just
UFC 250.
the bunk. They're talking about the Myles Garrett bunk
The
game.
bot gig. I think that's all we have. Crybaby Mahomes, Mr. Dallas Cowboy, Tommy Cutlet. I think that's all we have for episode 74. I want to thank Tank for coming on and filling in for Joey as our producer.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Shout
it.
out Tank.
Hey, what's going on with Joe there? Is he all right?
He's
He's
just a little.
He's a little sick. He got a little fever.
Yeah.
Pieces of Joe out there. Hope you get back healthy, man. We need you back in her.
Yeah, he was a
Sir.
game time decision for tonight.
He was.
But he
He made himself sit out for this one. He
took
put
the
himself,
safe
he
route.
put himself
he
on the
texted
bench.
us yesterday. He's like, just to let you guys know, I'm sick right now. I don't know what I'm gonna feel like tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know. Then he texted us at 3:00. He's like,
He's like, yeah, I'm not coming.
I feel good. I still got a fever though, so I'm sitting this one
Man,
out.
something's going around, so everyone listening, y'all be easy, man.
Yeah.
So
He said-
you can compare it to Aaron Jones, from experience, because he's my RB2 in one of my leagues. Last couple weeks he's been kind of fucking me over. They decide he's gonna be out, game time decision, literally an hour before the game starts. So Joe, hopefully you're all right, brother.
Yeah, hopefully Joe's all right. Hopefully you return for next week's Christmas episode.
Christmas episode. Oh, before Tank, plug your show, man. Plug your show.
Plug the show.
So, all right. So for those that may not know, I'm the host of the Tank Talk podcast. Just like the Big YAC fellas here, we pretty much go over everything in the NFL world, NFL focused, but we talk about everything sports pretty much. Consider ourselves sports stooges in Niagara Falls, New York. Just like to have a good time, talk a little football here and there. This Saturday, obviously, we talked about the Colts taking on the Steelers. Me and my guy, local Buffalo rapper Hefe, Boss Up, he's a big Steelers fan. He sent the bird call out. So, Colts don't stand a fucking chance, Tank. Where the hell are we watching this game? So, we decided to do a pre-recording, watch-along type of deal there. So, be on the lookout for that next week. You can catch us live here out of Merge Media Creators Co-op every Monday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Tank Talk Podcast YouTube channel. You can follow us at TankTalk_pod on all the social platforms. So, appreciate you guys letting me plug that in right there.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Appreciate you for
Appreciate you coming out.
producing for us. And if you guys want to see his face, go check out his social medias.
Yeah, I'm like the Wizard of Oz here today.
The voice of God
the
behind
voice.
us there.
I want to see this not so pretty face. I don't know. Fiance.
Give yourself some credit. Give yourself some credit.
Sal Messing said, W Pod boys. W Pod boys.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate
Sal. Appreciate you, Sam.
Sal and Sam,
You
thank
guys
you.
are carrying chat tonight.
Good pod, boys. Good pod. Yeah, we appreciate the banter that goes on in the comments because I'd say like about I think it might be the Jackson effect.
It is the Jackson
it is the
effect.
Jackson effect, but I'd probably say like
Ain't no one wants to listen to me and Mike.
Yeah.
Just me and Mike.
we're like Wonder Bread.
What the fuck does that make
Can
me?
you elaborate on that?
You're the ham and cheese.
Yeah, all right, you're at the store.
I hope this isn't strike 3.
You're at the store, right?
Close. Here comes the pitch.
You're at the grocery store, right? What bread are you picking? I mean, Wonder Bread. I'm not picking Wonder Bread, but like,
What's the deal with Wonder Bread?
I'm not a big Wonder. I
I'm
don't
a
like.
Wonder Bread hater.
I'm not a big Wonder Bread.
You don't
guy.
like the little polka dots on the
No.
bag and all that?
No, I just don't like it, man. I think Jackson comes in. He's kind of like the.
He's like the D'Italiano bread,
he's
right?
like the Italiano bread. I don't know about that. I'd say the Di Camello's bread.
Oh,
I'd
damn.
say-
Okay.
I'd
That's
say,
some
like,
high praise.
He's like a
That's
nice-
some high
Okay,
praise.
that's way too high praise.
That's
for me.
glazing. Are we?
You're really
There's
shooting-
strike 3. You're
You're
glazing.
shooting
him.
for the stars, and you ain't hitting.
How about this? You're like a nice ciabatta roll.
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Like a
say
nice
I appreciate
ciabatta
the
roll.
nice words that you have to say and you have to say because my own brother says no one likes me. So
Yeah,
So
we
I'll
got
see-
haters
Zach-
in the chat too.
Zach,
Jackson brings
I'll
on
see
lovers
you when
and
I get
haters.
home. I'll see you when I get home, and I'm gonna beat your ass.
Can you record it?
Yeah.
Can you record it?
Yeah, make that a TikTok.
Well, that's all we have for episode 74. See you guys next week for the Christmas episode. Thank you, Maranto and Emerge. Thank you, Tank. Thank you, Matt Johnson, BICBP Radio Network. As again, see you guys next week for episode 74. Stay safe.
75.
75.
Next
This
week is
74.
75. That's
75.
crazy.
This is next week's episode 75, 75th anniversary. Getting up there, man. I remember
Doing it for 75 years.
75 years.
How the grandkids doing?
Yeah. All right. See you guys next week. Stay safe. Don't get sick. Do all that stuff. Don't do all that stuff.